How do you know that the relationship you're in has the power to really go the distance? How do you know that that's the relationship that you should really invest in and see through? There's all these factors you could look at. Well, today I'm going to share with you 5 essential signs that your relationship is built to last. Check it out. Hey, my name is Matt Boggs, and I am the Executive Director of the Brave Thinking Institute and the co-founder of the Love and Relationship Division. And our mission is increasing love in the world one heart at a time. And we do that by bringing you amazing videos that empower you in your love life. So if you're not yet subscribed, take a moment, subscribe to this channel, click that little bell, because every week we bring you videos to empower you in your love life. Now, how do you know if your relationship is built to last? These 5 signs I've learned over the last 11 years of study are beautiful indicators that the relationship that you're in has real staying power, and that can give you confidence to say, okay, I'm going to choose in, I'm going to invest, I'm going to bring my all to this relationship. So number 1 is that you speak to each other with respect during the heated moments. You see, the test of any great relationship, the measure of any great relationship isn't can you be respectful when things are good? It's easy to respect someone when you like them. It's can you be respectful during the heated moments, during the arguments, during the stressful times? That's when we're really put to the test. How are each of you speaking to one another? Everyone argues. We all have disagreements. But the couple that's headed for the breakup is the couple that when they're arguing, they're rolling their eyes. Or they're name calling with one another. They're like, you're such an idiot, or at least I'm not a slob, things like that. That kind of contempt, that kind of criticism and name calling is toxic. And worse yet is stonewalling. Stonewalling is just another name for the silent treatment. So when you're in an argument, is one of you saying, I'm out of here, I can't take this, and storms out of the room, right? That type of behavior, in fact, Dr. John Gottman, one of the leading researchers in the nation, did a study where he could predict, he would watch a couple for 5 minutes and predict with a 96% accuracy whether that couple was going to stay married or get divorced. And he looked for 4 things. He looked for disrespect, defensiveness, criticism, and stonewalling. He was looking for those 4 things. So one of the signs you're looking for is when we do get into an argument, how are we speaking to each other? Is it generally with respect, or do we fall into these other patterns? And the second sign that you're looking for is that you both have congruent life rhythm. Now, what is life rhythm? Well, you know that you have similar interests. Well, life rhythm is, do you both want to engage in those similar interests at the same time? In other words, are you both up for going on an adventure at the same time? Are you both feeling like staying at home at the same time? Do you both want to invite family over at the same time? Or do you both feel like just being by yourselves together at the same time? Maybe you both feel like going out to eat at the same time, or you both feel like, you know what, let's just order food in tonight at the same time. You don't always have to have the same rhythm. But here's the deal, when you're in rhythm more often than you're out of rhythm, it just makes things a whole lot easier. That's when you get the feeling like, gosh, it's just easy to be together. You know, if one of you's always up for an adventure and the other one's always wanting to stay home, that's when you feel this tug and pull on each other. You both might like the same thing, but it's hard to be together because you're never really in sync. My wife and I, we have date nights on Friday night. So a few weeks back, I got ready for date night, got the plan, we're gonna go out, I come down, but truly I'm feeling exhausted. Like I just wanna chill out at home. And so my wife's all dolled up, she's looking amazing, we're gonna go out. And as we're kind of heading out, I'm like, I'm looking forward to this, baby. And a part of me just kind of wants to hang out at home and chill at home. She's like, I'm so glad you said that. I feel the same way. And so we just chilled at home, all looking good just for each other. And what was so nice about that is that our rhythms matched in that moment. Now, we're not always perfect. We don't always have synced rhythms. But again, the more you're in sync versus out of sync, the easier things will be. And the third sign is that you keep your word with each other. You keep your word with each other. My father, who is a licensed marriage and family therapist, told me once that how you know you love someone is by the agreements that you're willing to both keep and make. The agreements you're willing to keep and make. When I was in my early 20s, I thought I had met the one. I was head over heels in love with this woman. I was like, this is it. I'm gonna marry her. But as we started to date, there started to be a pattern in the relationship, in that she would make an agreement and then break the agreement, make an agreement and break it. For example, she'd say, I'll call you at 7. 7 o'clock would come, no call. 7:30, I'd finally call her and she wouldn't answer. Finally, 8:30 rolls around and she would finally call, and there was always some great excuse for why she didn't call. And it would always be legitimate. It would always feel legitimate. But when I began to notice, there was always this pattern of breaking agreements. She would say, hey, let's go out. Come pick me up at 6. I show up at 6. She's not ready, not even ready till 7:30. And it was because it was late and her boss asked her this. And it was always some excuse. There was always, she was this center of gravity, if you will, for drama in her life that caused her to break these agreements. And I began to feel every time she said, hey, I'll call you at 7, or hey, let's go meet up here at this time, I began to feel this sense of fear and uncertainty, like, is this really gonna happen? And that was the beginning of the end. Because when a relationship doesn't have trust, a relationship is on unsteady ground. Trust is the bedrock of any relationship. So how do you build trust? It's simple. By setting and keeping agreements. One agreement at a time that you make and then you keep. And you make and you keep. And that's like putting bricks down to build this beautiful, strong, solid foundation of a relationship where you both really trust each other. So, and that's where this feeling of ease and flow come in. When you're with your partner, do you have that? When they say they're going to do something, do they follow through? Do you trust them? Do you feel like, yeah, we're consistent with our words with one another? If you are, that is a great sign that this relationship is built to last. Now, if you're not in a relationship like that, or you want to attract a relationship like that, I have a great gift for you. I've put together the most powerful affirmations for attracting the kind of relationship you want in a complimentary ebook. You can download this. I'll put the link in the description for you. Just click that link. You can download it, print it out, and then say one affirmation a day. It's a 21-day affirmation challenge, and it will make your mind and your whole beingness a magnet for the amazing relationship you want. I've gotten great feedback on these affirmations. Check it out. It's going to serve you greatly. And number 4, you lean on each other during stressful times. You see, closeness is created through intimacy. And intimacy is not a sometime thing. It's not like sometimes you let someone in and then sometimes you shut them out. That creates distance in the relationship. But intimacy and that closeness is created where you're really letting people in during the stressful moments. You're sharing the hard times with each other. You're being shoulders to cry on or a place of support. So with your man, does he share things with you? Have you created a safe place for him, a non-judgy place that when things are stressful at work or he's struggling with something or he's feeling a certain way, he can come to you and pour into you and share that with you? Does he create that space for you? Do you guys have that sense of support and care for one another? I really appreciate my wife. 4 months ago, I got the kind of phone call nobody wants to get. My father called and said he found a lump in his arm, went to the doctor, and he has stage 4 lymphoma, stage 4 cancer. And so it felt like bombs were being dropped all around me. It felt surreal. And I had all these swirling emotions and, emotions like sadness and then emotions like feeling guilty for being sad because I don't want to envision him passing yet. And I don't want to attract that. It was just all these crazy emotions. And my wife was just brilliant. She came in the room, she heard the news and just rubbed my back and just said, I'm here for you. If you want to talk, you want to share, I just want to know I'm here for you. And she made it safe for me to kind of process my emotions, figure out what I was feeling, and then share those emotions with her. And so the good news is the story has a very happy ending. That was 4 months ago. And my father just called last week and said that he got the results of his CT scan after doing chemo, after doing his energy healing work, which works. And he has no more cancer in his body. And his doctors use the word full remission. And so we are celebrating that in our household. And I'm so grateful for the way that my wife created a safe, non-judgy, fully accepting space for me to have my experience. So do you and your man, do you create that for each other? If you do, that's a really, really great sign because those tough moments are going to come up and you're each going to need a soft place to fall when that happens. And number 5 is you lift each other up rather than cut each other down. Now, some couples, their favorite thing is sarcasm. That's their sense of humor. They love sarcasm. And so they will insult one another or they will jab each other with critical comments. And while that is fun for a short period of time, research shows that that kind of behavior will actually cause a relationship to crumble under the weight of all of those critical attacks. And really healthy relationships have a 5-to-1 ratio. 5 positive comments to every 1 critical comment, even if the critical comment is a joke. If it's meant in light playfulness, 5-to-1 ratio of positive comments to critical comments. So when you look at the bank account of positive versus negative comments in your relationship, where does it stand right now? Do you guys have a habit of lifting each other up? Do you have a habit of telling each other how sexy you think they are, or how awesome they are, or what a great job they're doing? Is that a habit in your relationship? Or is the habit more like, no, we kind of tell each other what we're doing wrong and criticize one another? Shifting to a habit of positive comments, shifting to a habit of praising one another, celebrating one another, acknowledging one another, fills that bank account, creates a solid foundation for that relationship, and is a great sign that that relationship is built to last. And so I have a question for you, but first, if you're not yet a part of this community, this is all about spreading love in the world one heart at a time. Go ahead and click the subscribe button, click the little bell, because every week we're going to bring you a new video to empower you in your relationship, empower you in your love life. And my question for you is this, is what sign have you seen that signals that the relationship that you're in is built to last? Go ahead and post that in the comment section below. I appreciate you. I care about you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.